After bouncing back from the TSM loss last week, CLG has returned in Week 5 to conquer Dignitas in a very strong way. Uh, that game just seemed like a stomp, Afro. What was your interpretation of it?
Well, the game was a stomp, but not as clean as I would have liked. So usually we had a couple deaths here and there. I died 3 times that game, something like that. So Peter died due hitting the tower, by himself. So a bunch of mistakes when we're trying to close out the game. And I guess some people played a little bit fast, and then some of us played a little bit slower, where we're trying, farming, or someone else get an objective instead, and then it will take too long to group, and then they have a chance to react and do something. So I think that's how the game went, even though it looked like a stomp. But there's still, small details that we can work on.
Now that he's not here, let's talk about Doublelift because I feel like lots of people were critical of his performance in the TSM game. His and Link's people felt like he was kind of getting caught out. What do you think of Doublelift's performance so far this split?
So you want to talk about the TSM game and the split?
I just mean, yeah, like after the TSM game, I think that there was a lot of conversation about Doublelift's performance this split, and so that's what I'm kind of saying, right? Is that in response to this conversation, what are your thoughts?
All right, so before on CLG, most of the time, bottom priority, where you would just prioritize getting bottom snowballed ahead. And now we don't do that anymore. So now, bottom lane has to, with no extra resources, try and create something off of that or be involved in the game without, focusing solely on Peter and I getting ahead. So now we have Link getting ahead, Darshan getting ahead. So in the Dignitas game, Darshan's 50 CS up on this guy, and now he's can carry, respectively. So Peter's performance is just him learning how to incorporate his play style and how we play now, where it's not just about him, and he just has to try and fit into the formula where we're rotating and stuff like that. So we can put you in the position, and that matters is how you play when you're in the right position. So we, as shot callers, try and put everyone in the right position, but if you think you can do something better, just do it. Try and show off what you can do in this position. So that's why some people have roster changes. Some players aren't performing what their capabilities are in that position. So you move in a new player and then they do more. So yeah, that's basically it. He's just having a hard time trying to find what he can and can't do. And usually he plays super fast a lot, and which will cause him to have a couple deaths here and there, misposition like that, or he's not focused on the overall picture and just looks at one target. And that's pretty much my opinion on how Peter's playing. But I know he can do it. He's doing a little better. But right now he has low kill participation and getting a bunch of assists and stuff like that. But hopefully it'll grow better towards the end of the split.
Yeah, because I mean, it doesn't feel as though a lot. It's not. It doesn't feel like his deaths are a result of not getting fed and built up in bottom lane. It feels like oftentimes, to again reference the TSM game, lots of people were saying that he was basically rumble ulting in on Corki into the middle of the team and then dying. These seem more like positioning issues that perhaps. I mean, people have always been critical of his positioning over the years, but it seems like they've been standing out a little bit more this year. Is this because, in the past, bot lane would get so fed that he could just charge into the middle of the team and kill everyone, and, we just don't see that this time, or what's the deal?
Yeah, he's not as ahead as he normally is, definitely. Now you just have to play as a team-based AD carry. So now since we're playing as a team, and if one part of the team isn't, properly cohesive together or something like that, glued together, you'll get picked off. And that's what usually happens. So we're not together. Someone wants to go and do their own thing, and usually that's when you die or it falls apart. Control vision in an area, someone's in the wrong position, you're dead. Yeah. So that's what's happening right now. And he just has to learn where he needs to be and then play with the team where it's an actual front line, back line, everyone's working together. And before, it wasn't really that. We would just get Peter ahead, and then he can kill everybody 1v5.
Speaking of something a little bit lighter than Doublelift dying so much, I'd love to talk to you about this fan meet that you guys did this week. CLG, I think ours had a long history of going out and meeting the fans, and you guys did that. What was that experience like?
Fan meet in Costa Mesa. It was sponsored by Razer, and we were at the Microsoft store. and we just come to show up, and we get to meet some fans, which normally we only get to meet fans at the studio if they come out, but Razer, allows us to have an opportunity to meet fans and advertise it weeks in advance. And it's just pretty fun. You get to meet people, maybe you never would have met them if Razer wasn't here. Sounds cool.
Okay, so setting aside the plugs, did any interesting things? Did you get any? I know fans come out and give you guys like gifts sometimes, or any interesting situations that happen there? Because I wasn't there to see it.
Yeah, man. Razer.
It was a fan meet, and I figured if it's for fans, I probably shouldn't go.
All right. Well, Razer provides gift bags to our fans that come in, so that's really cool.
What about the fans? Did the fans give you any gifts? Like you personally, Aphromoo, did you have any cool interactions with fans instead of your sponsor?
Someone gave me a Valentine's card, and it said, "Are you a heater? 'Cause you're hot." Loved it. Yeah. That was excellent. But besides that, you get a lot of pictures with your fans, and maybe ask a few questions here and there about the game or how life's going. So that's cool.
You get any weird questions?
All the time, man. Yeah.
Can you give me an example of one?
Can I touch your beard?
Are you asking me right now, or are you just saying this as a question?
That was a question. You asked me a question, I answered, Travis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have any shout-outs, plugs, anything that you would like to say to any of the fans out there, Aphromoo, at the end of this interview?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our sponsors, iBuyPower, Razer, NZXT, Twitch.tv. Is that it? Oh, hold up. Oh, yeah. Cellucor. And what's this one right here? SanDisk. Got him. Didn't even have to look, baby.
Nailed it, as always. Thank you so much, Aphromoo, for the interview. Really insightful comments about the Doublelift stuff, the fan meet stuff, not so insightful. You can check out the rest of the coverage of all things esports, League of Legends, and more at ongamers.com.